There's a common misconception that Flock shares data on behalf of our customers. The reality is, we will always have customers be in control of their data. They can choose to share data one-to-one with an agency, statewide, or choose not to share at all. And while nationwide sharing is a choice, it is always up to the customer. And so we want to make it really clear. Sharing is always in control of the agency, never up to Flock.
Always up to the agency and never up to Flock? That's not reality, that's an alternate reality. Hi, this is Chad Marlowe, Senior Policy Counsel with the ACLU, and I'm here to tell you the truth about Flock and its right to share customers' data. There's a reason why there's a broad, not misperception, but perception that Flock can do it, and that's because they put the right of Flock to broadly share your data right in their standard customer agreement. In fact, the language says, quote, "For clarity, Flock may access, use, preserve, and/or disclose the ALPR footage to law enforcement authorities, government officials, and/or third parties if Flock has a good faith belief that such use, access, preservation, or disclosure is reasonably necessary to protect the rights, property, or safety of Flock, its users, a third party, or the public as required or permitted by law." That's pretty broad authority, but the standard agreement goes even further than that. Later on it says, quote, "The customer agency hereby grants Flock a non-exclusive, worldwide, perpetual, royalty-free right and license during and after the service term thereof to disclose the agency data and the non-agency end user data." Well, that is a whole lot of authorized data sharing for Flock, considering that they're claiming that only the agency customers and not Flock has the ability to share it. The truth of the matter is as much as Flock talks about its customers owning the data, whether or not that's true is a debate for another time, but the customer can own the data, but give Flock a license to use it and share it as much as Flock wants to. And because the terms of its contract are so broad, Flock has broad authority to share data. If you don't believe me, you can ask Flock how a lot of local ALPR data ended up in the Philippines for training its AI, where U.S. Constitution and laws have a far more difficult time protecting the data and the privacy of the people whose vehicles it captures. So if Flock is going to talk about reality, maybe we start with the reality that Flock's own contract gives it broad data sharing authority.